I don't understand how you can literally have the two best attackers in the league. Harry Kane is having one of the best individual seasons we've ever seen. And they're in like 9th?
Welcome to the podcast. It is the best podcast of all time, and it's going to be even better today because my club, Arsenal Football Club, are beating our rivals finally. Jose Mourinho. He's bitten it. We've done him in. Lacazette masterclass. Gabriel masterclass. Odegaard masterclass.
Was it a Lacazette masterclass? He missed a couple of chances.
He didn't play that yet, to be fair.
It was a Lacazette.
My guy thought he thought he was prime Ronaldinho doing dummies in the box. I don't know what on earth he did. I don't know if he missed it, if it got intercepted, but it looked like it just, little dummy assist. He thinks he's prime like Messi or Modric for Tottenham. Them ones. He wasn't. He's got a penalty. It was a good penalty as well. One thing I have to say about Lacazette is a great penalty take. He hasn't missed a single penalty for us yet in his entire Arsenal career, which is like 4 or 5 years now. So, have to rate him.
Yeah.
That game was stress. I was in front of my whole family, so I can't even like scream like I used to before matches. I had to just, have to be calm and collected. We're all sitting in the room. It got the better of me though. I was standing up at about the 85th minute. I was starting to crap myself. I was really worried. Even though Lamela was gone, Kane had two free kicks and he hit the post. Gabriel did a madness. You see my man? He's get it. Oh, it was just so good. It was honestly so good.
I gotta say, with the first free kick, I feel like Leno got a bit lucky with that one because he started going the other way.
Yeah.
And if that was slightly inside the post, he's not getting to that.
No way. It would have been just a great free kick. And the woodwork was definitely the man of the match in this game on both sides because I think we hit the woodwork at least 2 or 3 times, and then Tottenham must have hit it at least once or twice. So I give him the award there. In terms of the Lamela goal, when I saw it, do you know when you just have to firm it in it? It's all right, cool.
It doesn't matter who scores it against you. You have to be like, you know what, fair enough.
Oh my God.
Unbelievable.
But why is it those goals that go in slow motion? I swear it lasted for about 5 minutes, that goal.
That goal was long. it skidded, it rolled.
Yeah.
They thought Leno might get a hand to it, it might do. It's always in the north and the derby. You get some mad goals as well. Last time, Son scored a banger against us. He just cut inside and curled it around Leno. Honestly, I was in shock. And then Odegaard leveling it just before half time, which is always good. When you go into the dressing room when it's level, it's not too bad. You don't get a bollocking like you usually do.
Particularly when you got the momentum. So.
Yeah, exactly. And we were dominating that whole game. Tottenham only had one shot on target that entire half.
But isn't their style of play though? Is it really dominating?
Yeah, they just sit back.
That's the thing. Like in terms of the performances, there was almost no difference from the London derby earlier this season, which Tottenham won. It was like they just barely had any shots, but in that one they were clinical, and in this one, Arsenal were more clinical. And
they were just dead.
So
and honestly, their team just seemed incomplete. Like Bale went missing. I don't even really see Bale. And he left Doherty to dry. Doherty got skinned. Oh, I don't feel bad for him. I know he's an Arsenal fan, and secretly he loves us.
Is that what he was trying to do then?
Yeah, Smith Rowe and Tierney. Oh, they wrecked him. They honestly ruined him. Like it was bad. He was on ropes. He was on ropes.
You know who I feel sorry for? All the Tottenham fans who were saying when they signed him, we've robbed Wolves. We've robbed them. 15 mil, what a bargain. And we told them,
mad player in Doherty.
We told them then, I wouldn't be so sure.
Sticky one, bro. No, honestly, it was peak, and then Bale was just didn't care. Højbjerg had to step in for right back for a little bit to help him during the second half, which made it easy for our midfield because then, Partey's he's having a party in the middle. Do you know what I mean? So he's living his best life in the midfield, making things happen. We win a penalty. Davinson Sanchez, I don't know why he's still at Tottenham. It's been
such a dumb thing to do.
He's actually a donkey. It was so funny. Because he's got in like bomb first. Like this guy is not even going with his feet. If you look at it, there's like a frame where he looks like he's just riding in a car, like he's like legs up, he's just chilling, and he's taking. I don't know where the intent was for the ball. Honestly, it was terrible.
It was a strange tackle. I mean, I want to say as well because we've slated the referees in the Premier League a lot this season.
Fair
and
play.
particularly, in Arsenal games, there's been some shocking decisions made. But you have to give credit where credit's due. The officials had a really good game today. 3 big decisions to make: the penalty, the goal ruled out for offside, and the red card, and they made them all without the need for VAR to step in and overturn.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
So, fair play to them.
Nailed it. And as someone who always slates my club for being done in, I have to rate him for sending off Lamela, who deserved to be sent off. 2 yellow cards.
You can say, well, he definitely deserved to be sent off, but at least he brought the derby feeling. I mean, if it wasn't for him,
a red card, it just completes
it. You can always rely on Lamela to do that kind of stuff. He is a passionate guy.
Yeah, it's a little bow on the derby. You've got the screamer, you've got a mad goal, and then you've got the little scrap, and then just a little cherry on top is the red card. That is a derby.
We haven't had one of those for a long while.
And this is why the North London derby is the pinnacle of footballing derbies. I don't want to hear about El Clasico. I don't want to hear about Manchester City or United. I want to hear about North London. Because that's what really matters. Capital City is what matters. You're just mad because you don't have a derby.
Because we're too good.
Fulham.
You've never watched the
Fulham.
You've never watched the
Fulham.
Buenos Aires.
It's not our fault.
Then you haven't lived. I'm sorry.
Buenos Aires
Best
derby.
It's clear. River Plate versus Boca Juniors.
All right, Sam, we get it. You're a football nerd. I like South American football. I'm edgy. We like Premier League here. Yeah? All right. So, Northern derby, biggest one. Although, to be fair, South America has a great atmosphere, so I wouldn't mind watching that at some point when fans are back. Either way, that game was a madness. I loved it. I'm glad we won. I was honestly shook, though, towards the end. I genuinely thought we were going to equalise.
Well, as much as it hurts, but I'm glad you well.
Yeah, I guess it's easy. It gets a gap for you in it, so that you don't get pipped. I don't think Tottenham really stand a chance in the Champions League conversation anymore.
Yeah,
I think there's more.
Well, I mean, before this game,
pressing.
Before this game, they did, because they'd won 5 on the bounce, and they looked like they were back into some form, playing well. But this kind of looks like the nail in that particular coffin.
You say that before this game, they had 2 games in hand on Chelsea, who were in 4th, and if they won those 2 games, they were level on points. So,
I mean, look, mathematically, in this league season, you can never rule anything out because everything's just mental. Anything could happen, and no one looks like particularly want to finish in the Champions League, except for Leicester because they won 5.
Yeah.
But
what a game that was as well.
Yeah, but they still have their bumps.
Can we quickly just talk about how mad that was? Because Iheanacho and Vardy just had a little swap. I don't know if you saw the game, but it was mad. Iheanacho scored Babaya. Oh my god! When he scored that, we're seeing prime Man City. Remember when Iheanacho was everyone was like, yo, who is this Nigerian done at Man City who's doing the madness? And then he was scoring goals for fun. And then he went to Leicester and then everyone forgot his name. This is the guy who has come back. This. That was a crazy goal. You need to see it if you haven't seen it. Honestly, it was mad. And this guy is, he's still fairly young, so he's got a bit of time to maybe, come into his prime and maybe be that Vardy replacement that Leicester are going to eventually need. Vardy seems to be. He did some amazing pressing. He came back and did a crazy tackle on the wrong half, and he just. He's fighting now. I think he's almost like a Wayne Rooney where it just comes deeper and deeper.
Not forget the team they were playing.
It's true. Manager of Sheffield United. I wouldn't be surprised.
Is that been confirmed?
He's gone. He wasn't in charge of this game. He is gone. But I wouldn't be surprised if now with Wildergun they kind of just go out with a bit of a whimper. They kind of just give up.
Yeah.
There's every chance
they're actually on course to.
There's every chance they instead go and just play like they have nothing to lose, which they don't, and take some random points off big teams. But I think there's equal chance that they just, get battered every game.
Yeah.
They're on course to get the worst Premier League account in history. If they need 1 more point to match Derby's 15 points.
Yeah.
If not, then speed.
But they're still in the FA Cup. Not for long though, but they are still in the FA Cup.
Are they?
Yeah.
Who did they beat?
I don't know who they beat, but they're playing us. So
it's like a free promo. When you're getting them Uber Eats gift cards, and it's like if you get something now, you get 15% off. That's Sheffield United. Free 3 points or free win. That's us. It's a shame. Honestly, I don't know what has gone so wrong for them because they. You've got managers been figured out. Obviously, overlapping centre backs to negate you so far. But to do as bad as we thought, we thought they were guys going to get Europe last season, and they probably could have if they just worked a bit harder. And we're having technical difficulties.
We're good. Keep going.
We are good. Yeah, I was talking about Sheffield United, like how good they were last season and how it's just sort of dropped off.
Once you get figured out, you get figured out. And if you're a team that doesn't have the ability to carry on playing the same way, it'll switch it off. It's not well. I mean, the big teams that play the same way constantly, when they get figured out, they've got those moments of madness where they can just pull.
It just makes me wonder, like, what makes a good manager so good? Because everybody knows how Pep Guardiola's going to play, and still no one can beat him. Like he always does tiki-taka, high press, loads of possession.
The thing is, he is able to kind of tinker with the system and change things up when necessary. Because obviously, and sometimes it takes a while. Like they won 2 leagues in a row, and then last season they had an off season, and Liverpool were way ahead of them. And then this season they started really badly. And Pep did kind of change things up. They went a bit more defensive. Still one of the best attacking teams in the league, but a bit more playing a little bit deeper, a little more focused on the defense. And all of a sudden, they're the best team in Europe with an incredible defense and an incredible attack.
Yeah.
So and he's got money.
Yeah,
stacks. I think that's the thing with like Sheffield United is they spent wrong. Like 25 or 35 on Ryan Brewster. It's just not the right buy. I mean, the guy is proven in Championship.
What was the last signing they made that actually, proved to be a success? Like probably Sander Berge.
Probably Sander Berge. Yeah,
I mean, it's not a signing, but I think Ampadu's, from what I've seen of him, has been all right.
Ampadu's
but he's alone.
He did get sent off.
Is he on loan? Yeah, I was gonna say he's on loan, and he scored an own goal today.
Oh, that one was
a bit of a sticky one.
Not sent off.
So he seems good. I like the look of Ampadu. Ever since he got rid of them dreads, he's just been on fire. Got the sauce again. But I don't know if he's going to get into your team. I don't think. But
it does make me laugh. Sheffield United have got a Champions League winner and a Europa League winner in that team.
Listen, Rhea Brewster does not deserve that Champions League. I love the memes of it's like when you do a presentation at school but you didn't do a single slide. That's Rhea Brewster.
It's like when Stoke
showed up.
It's like when Stoke had the highest number of Champions League winners in their team for one season. They had like Shaqiri, Bojan, Ibrahim Afellay, who'd all just sat on the bench for Barcelona and Bayern Munich.
It's ridiculous. Sheffield United.
But on the topic of Champions League football, 2 greats are no longer in it this season.
They aren't in it, and we also need to go through our predictions as well, which we'll get to in a second. I can't believe this is legit the end of an era now, isn't it? Because this is, I don't know if this is the first time, but it feels like the first time that Messi and Ronaldo have both been out in the first knockout round.
It's the first time since 2005 that there has not been a quarterfinal with either of them in.
Wow,
mental.
That is crazy. That is ridiculous. That is, and look who's taken over now. You've got Mbappe and Haaland. The other day, I looked at Instagram comment and it was talking about how amazing Haaland is, and I saw someone say Mbappe would never do that, and I was like, oh my god,
it's already happened. It's already begun.
The thing is,
it's crazy.
The thing is, they're not like the thing is with Ronaldo and Messi. They are almost completely different star players, which is one of the arguments of people why you like Messi. Typically, the people that like Messi, tricky. Dribbling, genius type that type of person. Whereas your Ronaldo, powerhouse, specimen type people. Whereas both Haaland and Mbappe similar play style.
They're much more similar than Ronaldo and Messi, aren't they? They do have a lot of differences. Mbappe is more of that skillful, tricky, very fast, and obviously can play on the wing and has played a lot on the wing. But ultimately, he's a goal scorer. That's what he is, and not like a massive creator. Not anywhere near the level of Messi. And both of them, in that sense, they're purely goal scorers.
Yeah.
And now Messi's linked with PSG. If Messi actually goes to PSG, and it's like a attack of Neymar, Mbappe, and Messi, and Icardi, who's just kind of there, like that. Oh my! I'm gonna mug all of you off on FIFA if that's matchable to you, because you don't understand.
But
that's disgusting.
When Messi goes there, how long do you reckon Mbappe will stay there for? Because obviously he wants his move to Real Madrid.
He'll stay,
but he'll
stay. I think he'll sign a new contract. There's rumours he will, and I don't think Real Madrid have the financial means to bring him in anymore. I honestly don't think.
I reckon. And Real Madrid, if they want to sign him, they're much better off like trying to convince him this summer to not sign a new contract. So he can join them on the free the next season. But that's a risk, because he might just change his mind if PSG do well.
Well, but
And if
Exactly,
Messi
yeah.
signs, that might be a good way of convincing Mbappe to stay. So it's a risk, and there's every chance at this point, with Neymar staying as well, that Mbappe could stay in France for a lot longer than.
And look at the
Mbappe.
Champions League. Look how good they're doing in the Champions League now.
Yeah.
I could see them honestly getting to another final. They're doing amazing. And Real Madrid, I don't really see him doing as good as PSG. It just seems like a step down to me.
Right now
to want to go to Real Madrid. Yeah, especially. And if Messi comes, then there's no point. So sign the new contract. He's going to get fat stacks. Apparently, that's one of the reasons why no Premier League club is going to go in for Mbappe, because he's going to want like 340k a week, and it's just going to unsettle. And Arsenal did that with Ozil, and look where we are now. We don't play in the Champions League, so yeah.
Mbappe's just. I don't think we'll ever see Mbappe in the Prem.
Oh,
He'll go. I reckon eventually. I do think eventually he'll go to Real Madrid. I think that's which he'll eventually push for, because I can't see Real Madrid not producing or doing very well for long.
At the end of the day, Real Madrid and Barcelona, they're going to be back. They're going to be back at the top in the next few years.
See, I don't know about Barca.
Yeah, Barca's
Everyone
a difficult
how
one.
Barca's going to come back. I think they're so poorly run, and their president's situation is just so poor. I could honestly see them just becoming like the next Inter and just going down the drain.
To be fair, even if they become the next Inter, as you said, Inter are back now, so their time will come eventually.
Yeah, but I just think it's.
I do definitely agree that the situation's a lot worse for Barcelona than it is for Real Madrid, and it will take them longer to recover. Real Madrid, in 2 seasons' time, you could see them being right back at the top of European football. Barcelona, the rebuild's going to take longer, but they had their elections about a week ago now. Joan Laporta is the new president. I say new president, he was also their president about 10 years ago, and he had a lot of success there. It was him who appointed.
He wanted to bring Arteta in.
I don't know about Arteta, to be honest.
He was rumoured. There was rumours that he wanted Arteta. I don't know if that's true.
Yeah, that'd be a bit of a weird one. But I'm imagining that that's going to bring a bit more stability. And at the end of the day, it is Barcelona. They'll find some way to recover from this financial crisis, even if it takes quite a few seasons. But yeah, I think it's definitely going to be a few years before we see Barca right at the top of European football again, for sure.
Yeah, which is a shame. I guess another end of the era, which is quite weird that the era not started with Messi, didn't start with Messi, but it's going to end with Messi. You know, you had so many players.
You're kind of right in that it kind of started with Messi. He came through in about 2004, 2005. And
Ronaldinho next to him as well.
Yeah, and that was around the time when they were just returning to the top of Europe. They had a few years of not being so great. They had Frank Rijkaard in charge, I think, and he got sacked.
When Messi came in.
Yeah, I think he got sacked in 2006 or 2007, and then Pep came in, and that's when it really began. The new Barcelona era.
The thing is, we're talking about a club that revolutionized. I can't even say the word.
Revolutionized.
Yeah.
You almost
the football in general, the amount of times, as a young kid when you played football, it'd be like, oh, you need to play like Barcelona style of play, pass,
straight Barca.
And
Barca play.
There wasn't a Real Madrid style of play, was there? That Real Madrid were always more about the players they had rather than the style that they played. And then Barcelona was all about the tiki-taka, all about the manager and the vision.
Yeah, I mean, to the point where I'm pretty sure England tried to copy their style of play. like that's how far we were going.
Could you imagine I read that? Right, boys, we're going to do a bit of tiki-taka today.
We saw as we wasn't doing as well, we started to try and pass. Pep's brought it to the Premier League, and a lot of it's now you pass from the back. I mean, it's not quite triangles. But it's passing football.
Yeah, I think it's kind of now become the general style of play around Europe now is kind of a combination of the high possession passing style of Pep's Barcelona and the really high pressing style of, say, Klopp's Dortmund, and that's kind of come together to really create the number one tactic that people are using now, which is keeping the ball a lot, pressing really high. We see it from Man City, from Liverpool, from all the top teams. And so, I guess those are the two guys who've really influenced football the most over the last 10 years or so.
Yeah, and speaking of football influence, I think it's a good idea to do what we planned and talk about our managers.
Yeah.
We did have an idea of ranking our 5 best managers of all time, really, essentially. And we're not of all time. They have to still be, we have to know them. But we're going to talk about them. So, are we going to go 5 to 1 or are we going to go 1 to 5?
5 to 1.
This Premier League manager, right? Or have I messed this up?
Yeah.
That sounds.
Top 5 Premier League managers.
So,
Are we doing it Are we doing it based on achievements in the Premier League or just achievements as a manager?
I just think who's
As
the best
Premier League
manager?
managers.
Who are the best managers at the moment?
Okay, yeah,
So,
I can understand that.
like,
So,
if your club was to sack their manager right now, who would you want them to appoint? 5 to 1.
Ah,
Right,
okay.
well,
yeah.
number 5 anyway.
Yeah.
Well,
let's get
Yeah,
it.
we'll do 5.
I'll
Go
start.
on, you.
I'll start.
You number 5.
I didn't want to put him. I'm not gonna lie, but Brendan Rodgers.
Why didn't you want to put
I
him?
can understand Brendan.
I don't know. It's just
Brendan Rodgers is a class manager.
Yeah, but he bottles it a lot.
If we sacked Arteta tomorrow, I would 100% have Brendan Rodgers.
No, I don't know.
Brendan Rodgers done a
It's
brilliant
just
job with Leicester.
$1,000,000%.
he has, but I don't know. There's something about him. Yeah.
Well, he's not the most likeable
But-
guy.
But I've put him in my top 5 anyway, so it's not like I dislike him that much. It's just like I should put him in, but I don't want to.
Yeah, I understand that. For my 5th, now we didn't visualize this by saying we sacked our managers because if I sacked Arteta, I would not have picked Jose Mourinho as my 5th manager. But I have picked Mourinho. I would never have picked Jose as his manager because we don't rate him. That'd be like selling our soul.
Yes.
Could never do it. But Jose is just he's done so much.
The special one.
And shut up. And he's done so much for Tottenham. And he's in a final. They're going to get battered by Pep, let's be honest. But he's in a final. So, it's got to be Jose, surely.
I disagree on many levels.
Wow.
If Nuno was sacked right now, I wouldn't want Jose at all to take over.
No, you'd want Nuno.
Well, yes, I want Nuno. But Jose is like, I don't understand how you can literally have the 2 best attackers in the league. Harry Kane is having one of the best individual seasons we've ever seen. And they're in like 9th? Are they in 8th or 9th?
Yeah.
Like,
they're kind of wasting his power with the way he plays. Like, they play so deep.
it doesn't.
And it's like,
It doesn't make sense because their defenders aren't good and their attackers are really good. So why are they playing
Davinson Sanchez is
defensive?
terrible.
And
Put Harry Kane in centre back.
it's like, because the way Jose always got success in previous years at his best clubs was he would, in the big games, he'd kind of sit back and soak up pressure the Jose way, and and then in the other like 34 games of the season, he'd just let his team kind of roll over the teams that couldn't compete with them.
Yeah, but we're talking about a Tottenham team that can't defend.
But now in the Premier League, there are so many of those games where like you have to be a bit more cautious. That they just sit back all the time, and now they do it against Burnley, and it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make any sense.
Burnley, that is actually so sad. I think you have to think about the defenders he used to have though. That he didn't have to commit so many people back. Like he's got John Terry.
I was gonna say we got
Whereas now he's got Davinson Sanchez. It's a bit peak.
Eric Dyer. I mean, look,
Yeah,
Doherty. Look at that
but-
defense. It's shambolic.
I get it. Their defense, their defensive personnel isn't great, so they should be playing more attacking, right? But they're not. They're
But if they get caught out, then they're screwed, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Like if they're playing so defensively, their defense makes one mistake and they're done for. And then how do they recover from that? And that's on Jose Mourinho because that's the way he's playing. That's the way he's chosen to play. And like, the squad, other than the defense, that squad is amazing. Their midfield is amazing and their attack is amazing, and it's wasted.
Yeah, but is it not a more defensive midfield anyway with Højbjerg and...
You got Højbjerg, but like Ndombele's like an all-rounder. He's a great dribbler. He can get the ball forward. And Lo Celso is more of an attacking midfielder.
Yeah.
And then you got Dele Alli as well, who's barely kicked the ball this season. I'd like to put in there.
It is poor. It does feel like a waste.
But I'd like to put in there, for anyone that says the reason Dele Alli isn't playing is because he doesn't train wherever he... That's a load of rubbish, because Eden Hazard managed to get into Jose Mourinho's team, and he's the worst trainer possible.
The thing is, if Dele Alli does... I'm sure that Dele Alli probably does have some attitude issues in training and stuff. But it's not like those magically turned up when Jose Mourinho became the manager. He surely had that under Pochettino as well. And there was no problems there.
Yeah.
This is the other problem with Mourinho. He just falls out with people for no reason. He does it.
He did it with Danny Rose.
He did it with Danny Rose. He did it with Ndombele, and thankfully Ndombele's responded to that really well. But not everybody.
You're going to say
respawned. Luke
respawned?
Shaw. He nearly ended Luke Shaw's career, and now look at him. Yeah. He's the best English left back. Yeah. And
I could agree that his mind management is pretty poor, 100%.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think.
Who did you put in? After you had your little rant, Sam's first rant on the Active Podcast.
My debut
is Jose Mourinho. I can't believe it.
My fifth place was I've gone for Carlo Ancelotti.
Okay.
Fifth. Okay.
Look, we all know what Ancelotti's all his achievements over the years. Champions Leagues he's won.
Yeah,
all the titles he's won.
But hold on.
Look, listen, I'm not just going by experience.
I was gonna say you can't do that because look at flipping Mourinho.
Can I just say, right? Imagine if Carlo Ancelotti was the manager of Tottenham.
They'd be doing so much better.
God. That team would be deadly.
Exactly.
Kane actually using his head. Son would be actually deadly.
But you're saying it like they're not deadly at the minute. They are deadly.
They are, but they're not being used. They're not being used properly.
But you can't say that either.
Ancelotti has to do a counter-attack.
No, but Harry Kane...
If these guys were playing in an attacking system that maximised their strength, they would be...
No, but
blowing the league away.
No, I don't think you can say that.
Listen. If he's turned Calvert-Lewin into prime CR7 and brought James Rodriguez back from the dead, I'm sure he could turn that Spurs team into prime
But what I'm
Barca.
saying is you're being a bit harsh on Jose Mourinho saying, Ancelotti could do this and this with Kane and Son. Kane and Son are having the best
I'm not,
best season.
One of the things Mourinho has done well is the time of Spurs is that he's changed the way Kane plays.
Yeah, and
to really, make him a better player.
Playmaking.
But you could say this is the best position for Kane. If you play more attacking, Kane can't do that as well because he doesn't have the space to drop back into that position on the counter attack and play Son around the back.
Even if you could still utilize a primarily counter attacking system. And
but the
be
way
a far more attacking team still. Man United are a counter-attacking team.
But you could also look at, Pochettino is a very, very good manager. And he played more attacking football. And he didn't get as much out of Kane as what Jose Mourinho is getting out of Kane. So you could almost say that...
I'd say the Golden Boot.
Got quite a lot out of Kane. Yeah. Got a lot out of Kane.
But you'd say... we're talking about Kane. This is probably his best... You said it earlier. It's one of his best seasons.
This is his... I would say this is in his best season, yeah.
So therefore, he's getting the most out of him.
But he's not getting them. But even if he is getting the most out of Kane, he's not getting the most out of everyone else in the team. If your focus is entirely getting the most out of one player to the detriment of all the other players in your team, then that's a bad thing. No matter how well Kane is playing, if you're not playing to the strengths of Giovanni Lo Celso and Dele Alli and Lucas Moura and Gareth Bale, you're still going to struggle.
I agree, but the whole point of you saying that Ancelotti, if he was at Tottenham, he'd get more out of Kane and Son, you can't say that. You'd have to go... The only way that someone would get the best out of that team is making the defence better. You can't. I don't think you can get that attack to be any better than what it is at the minute.
All right, we get it. You love Jose Mourinho.
I'm just
we know you have a little man crush
on
Big Jose. All right, we understand. Thank you.
He's a lot higher up in my tier list.
I think. Listen. I think Ancelotti would get a similar amount out of Kane and Son. But he would get more out of Celso, Dele Alli, Ndombele, Lucas Moura, Eric Lamela, and the whole defence.
I mean,
I
that's
think they'd be
a
a much
more
better
fair
team for
point.
it.
I think that's a more fair point than saying you get more out of the attackers. That's all I'm saying.
But listen, I want to talk about what he's done for Everton, because that's why he's in this list, not what he can do first. Everton, for the last how many years, have been a team with like ambitions of being a Champions League team or even a Europa League team, and they've never managed to achieve it despite the amount of money they've invested. And finally, they've got, an intelligent manager who gets the most out of all his players, because that's what Ancelotti does more than anything. He, plays to his players' strength. He doesn't have a specific style that he just does wherever he goes, like Pep or Jose. He just does what the players are best at, and he gets the most out of them. And also, like, would Everton have James Rodriguez at the club if Carlo Ancelotti wasn't there? No, because he's got that star quality as a manager, and he's got contacts and stuff that other people don't have. And that, along with his just intelligence and his pragmatism, has enabled Everton to capitalise more than ever on the potential that they have as a club. Because it is a huge club and with a lot of money and some really good players, and they're finally pushing on to that next level.
Yeah, I understand that. He's turned a lot of these players into prime players, like Calvert-Lewin.
Calvert-Lewin is the main example. Like, he has completely transformed him as a player.
The only thing you can't do is get something out of a Welby. I don't know why they spent the money on a Welby. It needs like 1 or 2 assists this season. I'm not complaining because we got like £25 million for him. But
and a screamer the season before he went.
Against you guys as well, funny enough.
That's why I remember it.
Yeah, of course. But, Everton. I like Ancelotti as well. I do have him on my list a little bit higher up. We'll get to that soon. I think we should move to number 4. Who did you put for number 4?
Once again, sadly, I didn't want to put him, but it's Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
Really?
Mate.
Has he won a trophy with them yet?
No, but look how he's performing. I mean, he's, currently best of the rest, pretty much. Really, in that team. And I think what he's doing with it.
My manager's won a trophy.
Mickey Mouse Cup.
You got to the final. If you won that final, what would you would not be saying Mickey Mouse Cup?
No, it was our charity. It was our charity for the year. Give Arsenal the cup. We don't need it. Anyway,
get on with it.
I've put Ollie. I think what he's done with Man United this season has been incredible.
What has he really done? All he does is turn into prime Alex Ferguson.
So wait, hold on.
That's it.
Your argument is comparing him to the best, arguably the best manager ever. That's your argument for him being bad.
He only performs well for them when his job's on the line. When Ed Woodward's breathing down his neck with a P45.
But look where they are in the league.
Ollie's like,
Does it really matter?
Listen, I'm not going to deny that he's a good manager or anything, but I'm just saying, he hasn't won anything with the team yet. And McTominay has just scored a header, as I say that. But has he really, he hasn't won Europa, he hasn't won any trophies, he's got to all these finals and never won. He's not a big game manager, is he really? Apart from the Manchester derby, which he somehow manages to win every season. I
just think what Man United have been able to do.
My managers win trophies.
And look where you are in the league. Don't go there.
Oh, yeah, but we're not prioritising the league.
Have you got
bring something home?
Have you got Champions League football? Have you got Champions League football since it's been there?
We could do.
No.
I will laugh if we get Champions League football from Europa League and you don't get anything. I will laugh. It'll be so funny, honestly. We don't say we won't get anything because we could still win the thing, you know.
There you go.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought.
But I think Ollie's been a lot better this season, and you can really see that he's trying to build a team because he wasn't doing too well, and then he's managed to build a team, and I think they've been best the rest of the season.
To be fair, I think with Ollie, it's kind of like, in terms of public opinion, it's one of two extremes. He's either amazing or terrible. There's not many people who think Ollie's an okay manager, and realistically, it's actually probably in the middle. Like, he's a decent manager. He kind of gets he gets a good amount from his team. I feel like other managers would get more out of the team. But like that's not denying Ollie's done a good job with this United team, and the United sticking with them kind of proves that like sometimes you should just stick with the manager for a while rather than sacking them at the first signs of trouble.
Yeah.
Which is good. You don't like to see that.
Yeah, exactly. Like you will never
Witness
know.
that.
Yeah, you will never know like what Chelsea could have been under Lampard now, and maybe that's a good thing, maybe that's a bad thing. But with Man United, it seems like it's been a good thing for Man United. They're stuck with him. I think it's part of me is a bit skeptical because they are so reliant on Bruno Fernandes, and things weren't going great, and then they signed Bruno Fernandes, and it's changed everything. But at the same time, you kind of have to give him credit for identifying that signing and then for maximising his potential in the team. So, I think he's done a good job at Man United overall. I haven't got him in my top 5. I think there are 5 better managers in the league
100%.
than him. But I would probably, I'd probably have him 6th. So, I think he's a good manager.
That's only 2 different to what I've put.
The disrespect to my manager here is astounding. But it's all right because we're going to move on.
It'd be like Arteta and Ollie, I don't know. I didn't really think about them.
Well, one has a trophy and one doesn't, so I'll let you decide.
One of them's had Champions League football. One of us hasn't.
Oh my god! Can I just say my 4th one because I just want to say it.
Go on then.
He's trying to think he's bantering me. Yeah, you think you're funny. My 4th one is Rafa Benitez. Now I say Rafa Benitez because how can you not say Rafa Benitez? This guy is crazy. He turned Newcastle into Premier League flops, and he turned them into prime Real Madrid.
How Rafa Benitez is not currently a Premier League manager.
I was gonna say.
I know. Okay, listen, Ryan.
No.
I didn't. Can I just explain myself?
Yeah, you can explain it, but you're not having it.
Why can't I say Rafa?
Which part of top 5 Premier League managers did you not quite get?
All right. Okay, I get it. I did it wrong.
This guy, Mason Mount, and Rafa Benitez.
Mason Mount, that's as well.
This guy.
Jacob,
I do it to myself. I just embarrass myself. This is terrible. Okay, I'm going to change it.
Say hello to TikTok, Jacob.
Shut up. Do you know what? Can I say my manager? Is that cheating?
If you want to throw Arteta,
is that deluded?
I mean,
is it deluded to say Mikel Arteta?
I think it is, but it's better than Rafa Benitez.
I don't want to give anyone else the chance. You know what I mean? Like maybe Tuchel because he got PSG to Champions League final.
Wait, you're telling me you didn't have him in there at all?
Yeah. But listen, okay, the reason why Tuchel wasn't there originally is because I was thinking of his Premier League achievements and he doesn't have any. Apart from he's got a decent unbeaten streak. But I'd say Tuchel. What he's done at PSG is crazy and his man management skills apparently are pretty good. Apart from big egos. But Dave, you guys really don't like the fact I didn't put Tuchel in there, don't you?
I'm actually in shock. I'm not.
Are you in shock?
I'm.
I just think there's better managers out there, and I was gonna say Rafa, but he's not in there. I can't put him in there. So.
He doesn't.
I mean, the thing is with that is that Rafa's actually won the Champions League and Tuchel's only got to the final. So, that's probably.
Well, one of them's in the Premier League, one of them isn't. That one as well.
Oh my god!
you can't even argue this.
I know where you live. Okay, thank you.
Who have you gone for?
Let's just. I'll just say Tuchel. We'll put it in there. Can we just move on?
Yeah.
Right. Sam, who's your number 4?
Our number 4 is Thomas Tuchel.
Oh my day.
There you go.
Oh my god.
So
embarrassing.
I'm disappointed.
It was close for me, but oh man, you know what? It's actually tough because I might switch him up to 3rd. Thinking on it now.
The guy hasn't lost a Premier League game. He's conceded twice.
You know what?
He's only been here for 10 minutes. What does that even mean?
The guy has played 11.
I think he is a very, very good manager. So I'm going to switch it up. I've changed my mind on the spot, and Brendan Rodgers is going 4th. So, I think Brendan Rodgers has done an unbelievable job with Leicester.
But he's a ball job.
Yeah, but I don't know if that's his fault. 30-14 with Liverpool, I don't know, that was dodgy. But, Leicester last season, I don't really think there was a whole lot he could have done about that. They had a big injury crisis. And Leicester this
What does he
season, they're gonna
I
get.
wonder what he thinks.
Do I cut out?
Oh, we can hear you now.
Yeah, you can. now.
You're back now.
The audience would have heard it, but we wouldn't have.
All right. Well, I said he's done a really good He's done a really good job with Leicester, and last season I don't think it was really his fault. And this season, they're going to get Champions League football. I think. I don't see them bottling it.
Oh, sticky one.
Nah, they're bottling it again.
Pretty sure we said that last season.
Oh, they're bottling it again.
They're getting Champions League.
Considering, yeah, I agree. Considering the injuries they have, and they're still killing it with Iheanacho, even though Maddison and Barnes.
Lad, it's Sheffield United. Their second team could beat them.
Yeah.
Stop gassing them up over Sheffield United.
Listen, how? First of all, you're disrespecting your own player here, and second of all, they're still a Premier League team. It's not just easy to beat them. I know I was talking about how like a free promo, but like you know, to score a hat trick in any Premier League against any Premier League team or Championship team is no feat. So you have to rate him for that.
I'm not gassing Brendan Rodgers up though because he beat Sheffield United. Like he's done an amazing job. It's that simple. He's like Leicester. Leicester were a team that like they won the league once. And then it looked like they were just going to go back to being mid-table. And now he's actually turned them into a top 6 team. They're a top 6 team now.
Yeah, they're a top 6 team.
Do you expect Leicester to be in the top 6 now? And
yeah, I agree with that. But like I mean, even the last couple of they lost to Arsenal that they should be beaten. Drew to Burnley. They only beat Brighton by one goal.
They should be beating us.
No, but like again,
don't hang on. No. Don't try and slip in that they should be beating Arsenal and just try and move on. Who do you think you are?
Right. I want. If anyone's listening to this, right, I want to. In fact,
no one's got this far.
If you got this far, put in the chat whether you think Leicester should be beating Arsenal, because I guarantee all of it will be Leicester should beat Arsenal.
Shouldn't be that.
I guarantee it.
I'm gonna make 50 bot accounts and say Arsenal should be beating Leicester. Believe me. Sergey, I need you. My Russian bot guy. Carry on about Brendan Rodgers. Is anyone you want to say?
I mean, I'm pretty much done at this point, but he
right.
plays good football. He's sorted. Yeah, even with an injury crisis, he's adapted and they're still playing well. Still a really good team. And even if they finish 5th this season, it's another amazing season for Leicester. So.
All right.
Yeah. Well.
So I think it's time to move on to number 3. We're gonna be here all day if we keep going at this pace. So try and pick it up a little bit. I'm gonna pick my third, the sauciest, the best, the most attractive football manager. He is in the Premier League. I did check. I did have to check. I know. It's Carlo Ancelotti.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna say Arteta then.
No.
I can feel you and
listen.
Just all live.
You were just gonna have a stroke.
I was like, no, please don't put Arteta in there.
No, I didn't put him third. No, Carlo Ancelotti is my third choice manager. I think honestly, he's just the way he's turned on Everton to actually being feared now. Everton have always been. I know he's talking about Everton, so we don't have to talk about them very much, but like they've always been feared. They always finish like between 7th and like 12th. And I think this season they might be able to crack through. Great pick out from Everton board to get Carlo in, and you know there's so much like he brings with him. Allen and James are huge stars to get into your team, and both of them have just single-handedly fixed their midfield instantly. And what more can you say?
That's another thing, right? With that, you know, whenever a club makes really good signings, some of the credit has to go to the manager because the manager has a part of this process. And like almost all of Everton's signings since Carlo's come in have been classed. Like you said, Alan and James came in and Decore, and their midfield has been transformed like that. And you know, Ben Godfrey from Norwich has come in. That's been a good signing. And they're just he's just done amazing job.
I mean,
he's done
in every
bits.
aspect.
Thing is, Everton as a club most definitely can every now and again get into Champions League and European football. They've been in it before. I mean, I saw a goal recently and watched it where John Stones scored against Juve. There's a penalty, which was a quite interesting goal to watch. He chipped them, but it was like flipping egg. What Everton were playing Juventus, so they are a club that can pull people to say, yeah, we'll get into top get European football. Yeah, we'll try and push for champions. Because they're probably the outside team most.
Yeah, they've always been like the nearly team, you know.
Yeah.
They were always right on the edge, and then, you know, they kind of just stood by and watched as other teams entered like that top 6. Like Tottenham became better, and, you know, now Leicester and Man United dropped out, and they still couldn't, you know, take that spot. So it feels like it's time for Everton to actually be a proper big team for the first time in, I don't know, 25 years. So, yeah, it's good. It's good to see them at the top, and it's like Carlo, the magic of Carlo.
Carlo, the different gravy.
So, but my number 3, I'm not gonna lie, I actually disagree with it now. I've put Jose Mourinho, and I don't even want to put him anymore. After having the conversation we had earlier, I look, don't actually want to put him in there.
He just got beaten by my manager. So what does that say about him?
No. I think as a manager,
he hasn't got the sauce anymore.
I think a lot of it was thinking about what he's done in the past, and then theoretically what he did with Tottenham last season and how well they were doing. But thinking about it, I was tempted to even change it to David Moyes, because I think David Moyes has played, not played, he hasn't. He's managed the team, West Ham, very, very well.
David Moyes.
We should say Zoom call David Moyes is like.
David Moyes is definitely like worth an honourable mention at least there, because West Ham are having an incredible season, and where has that come from?
Yeah. So yeah, no.
Where has it come from? They haven't changed managers or anything. They haven't really changed much. What have they done? Is it Declan Rice?
Declan Rice and Mikel Antonio.
And Souček.
I'll tell you what it is. It's not even them. It's Thomas Souček, the best midfielder in the league.
Yes, the potato saladita.
The Czech Fellaini.
Czech Fellaini. Yeah.
So yeah.
So who did you put for your number 3? Oh, sorry, Ian. I cut you off.
No, that's fine. No. Move on. I don't want to talk about mine anymore.
My number 3 is Thomas Tuchel.
Oh yeah, of course.
Because
great.
As I said, I initially put him number 4 and switched him with Rodgers in the moment. He's since he's come into Chelsea, not lost a game, completely sorted out the defence. They're almost impossible to score against now, and still play some good football. Yet to properly sort out the goal scoring situation. They need to find out how to actually start hitting the back of the net pretty soon.
Yeah, it would be quite nice, wouldn't it?
But you've already had some big results. Beat Atletico Madrid, of course. We'll maybe look at how we reckon the second leg that's going to go in a few minutes. But yeah, I think as Jacob said as well, he reached the Champions League final with PSG last season, the first they ever got. He in Ligue 1, he has the highest win rate of any manager in Ligue 1 history. So that's pretty good.
I mean, yeah,
it's not that hard for PSG. But
yeah,
he's outperformed other PSG managers, and PSG have had some good managers.
Yeah, you've also got to look at what happened before, like Dortmund and Mainz, which is one of his biggest achievements. He did incredibly well there.
Yeah, you doing these stats? Okay, right, Ewan. Bit of research.
Yeah.
Come on.
No, Tuchel. Back his first job. It's weird. His first 2 jobs, he basically just followed Klopp to both of them. He took over from Klopp at Mainz after Klopp went to Dortmund, and then after a few years at Mainz, and Klopp had a few years at Dortmund. Klopp's off to Liverpool, and Tuchel came in at Dortmund. And he did, like you said, he did really well with both of them. Dortmund, he was challenging for the title, and he won the cup for the first time since Klopp had been their manager. So yeah, he did wherever he's gone, he's had success. He's a real kind of tactical pioneer almost over the last kind of 4 or 5 years. And yeah, definitely got the potential to get Chelsea back to some real success, and maybe dark horses to reach maybe even the semi-finals of the Champions League at this point.
Winning the thing.
Well, I don't know about that.
Yeah,
you can only hope.
Right. So Enough of your high hopes and dreams because they're never going to happen. Should we do number 2?
Well, I mean, might as well follow that on. I did put Tuchel.
Do you want to have to say number 2?
No, I put Tuchel.
You put Tuchel?
Yeah.
I
am concerned now.
This is what I worried about when you said Jose was 3.
I'm concerned.
Because there is a certain name that I'm pretty sure you dropped entirely.
I have,
5.
and that is purely
because... I'm
concerned. No, and I put it there because of how poor of a season he's had. I think he's been dreadful this season, Klopp has. And if we're talking this season, and clearly we are talking this season because of what Jacob said about Tuchel, you cannot put Klopp there.
But he's won the Champions League.
Talking about general managerial ability, right? Like, no matter how badly they've done over the last 2 months,
it's been longer than 2 months.
If any, has it? I mean, it was
he lost
late December.
7-2 to Villa.
I mean, yeah, but other than that, like, I even mentioned this last week. In December, we put out a podcast called "Will Liverpool Dominate the Premier League Again?" Up until that point, they were the best team in the league. And I think just because over the last 2 months they have been bad, like that doesn't mean that if any team in the world sacked their manager, they wouldn't want Klopp. Any team in the world would take it, except for Man City.
Oh my god!
I went off currently because that's what I said.
I mean, yeah, it's currently, but it's not just form of their team. It's like,
well, either way, this is what I think.
Welcome to the podcast, everybody.
This is my personal opinion.
We don't make the rules. We just pretend we know them.
Even if the last 3 months have been bad, Klopp is still a world-class manager. He's still an incredible manager. Everybody has bad runs of form,
and you can't blame Klopp for this. I mean, half his flipping team is injured.
This is disgraceful. No, I'm sorry, but this is disgraceful that people are blaming it on flipping injuries. Look what happened to Lamb.
What are you blaming on? What are you blaming on?
No.
What are you blaming on?
Right. Man United, right? They're suffering with injuries quite badly at the minute. Where are they?
Who's injured?
Cavani.
No team this season has suffered from injuries at the level.
Liverpool literally, at one point, Liverpool had no centre-backs. They had no actual centre-backs. United actually have players who can play up front, and they're just rubbish.
No, I'm sorry.
They're just dead.
I'm sick of teams going, we're not doing well, so we're going to give up.
No. But why? They're actually suffering with injuries. That's the problem.
He could have signed someone in centre back that was very good in the summer.
They don't have any money. They don't have any money.
There's other factors, and I'm not saying Klopp's not entirely to blame for the situation, because for one thing, he is to blame for overplaying all his players so much that it's all piled up, and now they're all injured.
And also, we're saying centre back.
They've signed players in the past for so-called depth, like they signed Minamino and Shaqiri. And like Tsimikas, for instance, the left back, and like, what is the point of signing these guys if you're not going to occasionally?
Where's Tsimikas?
Well, exactly. Like Robertson has played every game for the last 3 years at least. At some point, he's going to get injured, and that's Klopp's fault. Like because he doesn't decide to occasionally play Tsimikas against like Sheffield United.
But hold on a second. I know you get points from defence. Like at the end of the day, you can get a point from having a solid defence. Yeah. But you have to have an attack that scores goals to win games. Their attack haven't been injured that much, and they don't score. Therefore,
I don't think that's entirely Klopp's fault either. Like they've been underperforming a lot in like
they're just dead ballers.
A lot of them have had. There's been many games where Liverpool have had the chances to win the games, and Mane and Firmino in particular have been guilty of missing a lot of chances. Like, and you know, Salah's still got 17 goals in the league this season, and. I think, look, Klopp is not entirely innocent for what's happened to Liverpool, but they've obviously had the worst injury crisis of the season by a mile. It's like this is if like Man City, if Stones, Laporte, and Diaz all got injured at the same time.
Yeah, but you're saying like they're being. Yeah, but you're saying it like they're not playing centre backs and they're getting thrashed like 3-0. They're not. They're losing games by like a couple goals because they're not scoring.
Well, yeah, but
like you can't go. Oh yeah, we lost the game 2 or 1-0. Oh yeah, that was our defence's fault.
You have to understand, Ewan, that a lot of Liverpool's defense attack last season was from their fullbacks, and their fullbacks could attack because
they have no
defenders.
Are their fullbacks injured?
In the modern game,
no, they're just dead. They're just dead because they can't attack.
In the modern game,
so that's like, Klopp. Then he's got to adapt.
But your possession and your build-up comes from your centre-back. And that's the same with Liverpool. Van Dijk and Joe Gomez are important to Liverpool's attack.
Yeah, so
All right, this is
no.
hang on. Okay, I'm gonna call time of death here because it's like arguing with a brick wall. Why did you pick Thomas Tuchel second?
Why? Because he hasn't lost a game for a starter. We've conceded 2 goals in total.
He's been here 5 minutes. He's been here 5 minutes.
Look at the games
he's been here 5 minutes. Who's he played? Who have you played?
Atletico Madrid.
Who have you actually played?
Liverpool.
No. In the Prem, Liverpool don't count. Liverpool don't count because they're dead. No. Because there's a free because there's an Uber Eats free promo on them as well. There's a promo on
their manager's
free delivery on Sheffield
better
United,
though,
and there's 25% off Uber Eats with Liverpool. I want to know who you've actually played, who you could merit that were fair play. You've got an unbeaten run against.
So in fact,
okay then.
No. Let me get all the games. Let me get the games up.
Oh my god, bro, we're lucky that we need to do our points for Champions League.
Listen.
I beg you,
it's as simple as this. If Man City, for whatever reason, like if Pep left Man City at the end of the season, and you could pick any manager in the world to replace him, you would pick Klopp.
It's Klopp.
No, I'd pick Tuchel. No, I'd pick Tuchel. No, you're a madman. If Tuchel has just gone into the Premier League,
because he hasn't lost a game in the Premier League, playing against Sheffield United and Brighton.
3-0
get lost.
lead.
Yeah, but that was just a really bad game. That was. We're not talking about that.
Oh my God. You know how long everyone talks about how we got 12 draws and unbeaten.
But no. Also, just to add, 'cause it hasn't been mentioned. It's quite interesting how he it's been found out that he uses code words in attacks. So there'll be a certain word for switch of play. Which you'd have thought that'd be in football for quite a while, but you don't tend to hear about it anymore. And the opposition team have came out and said that Chelsea now use these code words, which means certain things. Which means at some point, an attacker doesn't even have to look over his shoulder, and he knows a ball's going to come to him because of a code word, which just goes to show the level of intelligence that he's using.
Tuchel's a really, really intelligent manager. Like I put him third. I think he's a brilliant manager, but Klopp is unbelievable manager. He's the second most influential person on football over the last 10 years.
But let's also not forget the defence. We've got a class defence, but let's not forget what defence we're using. We're using Azpilicueta as a right centre back, right? Yeah, he's a class right back. We're using Christensen as a centre back. Not many people would say before Tuchel.
So let's just put this straight. Let me just clarify. You're saying that Tuchel's a better manager than Klopp?
Yeah, currently, yeah.
All right, that's all I need to say. Thank you, Ewan. So if we all just say who number one is, we'll just do a countdown. 3, 2, 1. Mikel Arteta.
Okay, shut up, Jake.
I'm not even joking. Are you telling me Mikel? First of all, can I just clarify? Because you didn't say anything, Mug. I just want to say, right? Mikel Arteta has beaten all of those managers bar Tuchel. So clearly, if there was a knockout tournament, it would be a final between Tuchel and Arteta.
But also Arteta has never managed in the Champions League.
He's only managed like a year. That's not fair.
So did Frank Lampard.
If he did,
he got Champions League football.
And he got
Champions League football.
And he had like 10 times the amount of transfer budget, and he got sacked.
Not when he got Champions League football, he didn't. But
and Arteta beat Frank Lampard in a final.
Yeah, but did he get Champions?
Technically,
Arteta is
my
not
manager's better than your old manager. No. And your manager's not even in the job anymore. So thank you, but I'm right and you're wrong. So,
to be fair, Arteta has got Champions League football before.
And Arteta is just Pep Guardiola but younger, so he's got more years
and worse.
And he's like good at them. You know, the football manager needs
key stage one version.
He's that wonder kid. He's the
key stage one version of Pep. That's what he.
Oh she version. God. This guy. Well, that's fine. Thank you. Gotta go bleep that out now. No, I didn't put Mikel Arteta as my manager. It's actually Pep. Let's be honest. It's gotta be Pep.
Obviously,
he's just the best manager. No one defends a title that good and gets like 198 points in two seasons. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And he's one of the reasons why people think Prem's a problem in the league. It isn't. We've clarified that. But he's just a crazy manager.
Yeah.
Is there anything else we need to say?
Straight up, he is basically single-handedly defined football for the last 10 years. His Barcelona team, and then his Bayern team, and now his Man City team. Whatever league he's been, he's dominated. He's changed the league forever, basically. And Probably top 5 managers of all time.
Big. Can anyone get our predictions up, or should we do another video with our predictions to do the points? Because I can't actually get them up right now.
I've got my own predictions up, and I can try and get you guys' up.
I mean,
it's on the group chat if you want to scroll through it.
Yeah,
just pick that out real quick.
We did our prediction. Though. We went to do a what were we going to do? Not a preview show, a roundup of the Champions League and how good it was. Because we love the Champions League and it's been crazy. And we also have a little bet going, about who's going to win, and who's going to win each game. I just don't remember what my scores were. We did score predictions beforehand.
Yeah.
I can't remember the point system, so you're going to have to come up with that, Jason.
I remember it.
Just to clarify, this video is going to come out after Tuesday's Champions League games, so a couple of the games we're already going to know the results of by the time this video comes out. So,
if we go through these and then we'll do our predictions for those ones. So the first one was Juventus versus Porto, in which Sam, you said it was we would be 2-1 to Porto.
I thought I said it was going to be 2-1 Juventus. To be honest.
No, you're right. I've just read that completely wrong. It was 2-1 Juventus.
I could have got away with 3 points there, but I didn't because I'm honourable.
Yeah. Thank you. Honesty is the quality. Yeah, that one. Anyway, moving on.
That one.
My brain just went. My brain's left me. Right.
That explains why you put Tuchel in second.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Right, Jacob, you said it was 1-0 to Porto. And I said it would be Von Von. Von Von. And I don't know what the score was. I can't remember.
It was 3-2.
It was 3-2.
No, it was 3-2 to Juventus, sorry. But Porto went through an aggregate on away goals.
They won, lost, and drew that game.
So are we doing it on aggregate, the score, or because I think we'd messed up if that was the case?
I mean, in terms of just the game, I technically got the result correct.
Yeah, you got the result correct. And me and Jacob did it.
I didn't get it right, did I? No, so you got the result. Did you get the result right?
I said Juventus going to win 2-1.
I didn't get the score.
Okay, Sam, you get 5 points. This is golden. Sam, you get 5 points for that.
So
and we get no points.
So second game was Dortmund versus Sevilla. I said it was would be 2-0 to Dortmund. Sam, you said it'd be 3-1 to Dortmund. And Jacob, you said it'd be 2-0 to Dortmund.
So we all got that wrong.
Yep.
In terms of result,
great.
It was 2-2.
So that was.
So at least we all knew Dortmund would go through, but it was closer than anybody.
So but nobody gets any points for that.
Yeah.
And so for the PSG Barca game, both me and Sam said it'd be 2-0 to PSG. And Jacob, you said it'd be 3-0 to PSG. 3-0 to PSG. And we got that one wrong too. This is really showing how bad we are at checking things. And we should just never bet.
I forgot what was the score. It was 3. It was
1-1.
It was okay. So we should never bet. Don't bet.
Yeah, bad idea.
So Liverpool Leipzig, I said it'd be 2-1 to Liverpool. Sam, you said it'd be 2-1 to Leipzig, and Jacob, you said it'd be.
Why did I do this? It's so poor.
2-0. I don't know how you've done this, but I'm just going to ignore the fact that you put a P on the end of it. You said it would be 2-0 to Leipzig.
I said they'd win on penalties.
Oh, okay.
Because it would be.
I thought you were saying they were going to win the penalty shootout 2-0, which is impossible.
It's possible.
No, it's not.
Theoretically.
Oh, I suppose if everyone keeps on missing.
If you saved all or missed all the penalties.
Yeah, I suppose that's how back. But that was those. And I presume we got. Did anyone get that one right?
Did you?
I said Liverpool would win
in that game. Liverpool win 2-0.
2-0. Liverpool. So yeah.
I said 2-1.
Wait, did you get the score right?
No, I didn't get the score right.
Sam.
No.
No,
Sam. What did you say?
No. You. Yeah, both of you two said Leipzig. I said Liverpool would have been 2-1. So I get 5 points.
So you get 5 points. All right. You're still winning on 15. So the score stands. You're on 15. Sam's on 10, and I'm on 5. I got some work to do to make this comeback.
What are the Champions League games that are coming up?
So the Champions League games that are coming up are Man City versus Borussia Mönchengladbach.
Right.
I'm going to say, let me type this up as well. I'm going to say that it'll be, I'm I'm going to say 3-0 City.
I'm gonna completely agree with 3-0 Man City. Mönchengladbach have lost every single game since their manager announced he was leaving at the end of the season.
Right.
And yeah, sad times. They're a good team, but they're not Man City.
I'm going to be different. I'm going to say 2-1. I think Gladbach will get a goal, but they won't do anything.
Fair enough.
So I'm going to say 2-1. What's the next one?
The next one is Real Madrid versus Atalanta. I'm actually going to say 1-1.
What's the current score?
It's 1-1.
1-0. No, it's 1-0 on aggregate.
Oh, sorry, yeah, of course.
Gosh, get it right.
I'm going to say Varane disaster class 1-0 Atalanta. Just to be different.
Fair enough.
Last time we did this, I had belief in Atalanta. I was pumped that Real Madrid would get knocked out by, a random Italian side that are suddenly good. But now I think, you know what? Life is meaningless. Real Madrid is going to win 2-0.
Wait. Sam, you're right.
Bro's going through it right now.
Yeah, I'm going to say Real Madrid 2-0 win.
I'm going to say Atalanta win on penalties because that'll mean that it will go to penalties on aggregate.
Right.
Or extra time. All right. And then, next one.
Next one is Bayern versus Lazio. You know what? I reckon Bayern are going to be a bit less go at it because their first leg was 4-1. So I'm just going to say 2-0 Bayern.
I'm going to go for 2-1 Bayern. Their defence is a bit vulnerable. Lazio have some decent attacking players, so I reckon they'll get a goal, but ultimately it'll be a pretty comfortable aggregate victory.
I'm saying 4-1. But I ain't going to batter Lazio. I'm going to say 4-1, and it's going to be amazing.
Cool.
And then the last one is Chelsea versus Atletico Madrid. And I'm just going to say it's a 1-0 to Chelsea again. I don't think we're going to concede. But I don't think we're going to score many goals. So
defensively, to be fair, defensively you guys have been pretty strong. It's hard to tell. I'm going to root for your club today. I'm going to say...
Yes!
I'm going to say 2-0 because it's at Stamford Bridge.
Yeah. We're at home.
I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. Chelsea will go through 2-1
So,
aggregate.
wait, hold on. We've all said that Chelsea are going through. Who would have thought that a couple of months ago?
Yeah. No.
Chelsea... you're good under Tuchel. Your defence is really good.
Surprisingly,
he's a great manager.
Frustrating.
Atletico now.
Calm down.
They've been in a bit of dodgy form. They aren't looking so good. Still top of La Liga. Still probably going to win La Liga. But yeah, I reckon Suarez hasn't scored a Champions League knockout goal in about 10 years. So yeah.
When was the last time Atletico won La Liga?
1-1. 2014. I think.
In a minute. All right. That is our predictions. That is the podcast, isn't it?
Yeah.
If your eardrums have been scintillated long enough, thank you for all listening to us. We're going to go.
Yep. Go
Listen to our stuff on Spotify, Instagram, iTunes. No, Instagram.
Look at the description for all the links in the world. Every link that you could ever imagine.
But don't forget to hit that subscribe button. That's the an important one.
Legend has it, if you hit the subscribe button, you get like 15 years of good luck. So
and it's free, so why not?
Exactly. Anyway, that's it.
Yeah.
See ya.